Attention all flat earthers. My name is I Can Science That, and I want to be a flat earther too. Hold on, hear me out. I've been hearing for years now that all I need is to have an open mind, I need intellectual honesty and a little critical thinking, and then I'll be a flat earther too. Those things are very important to me. Open mind, yeah, intellectual honesty, critical thinking, that's what I'm all about. So all I'm going to need to make that journey is just a little bit of evidence. That's what intellectual honesty is all about, right? We follow the evidence regardless of what we believe to start with. Now, I'm a Glober now, but if I have some evidence and intellectual honesty, I'm going to follow that evidence, and that's where that's going to take me, right? All I need from you is to help me find that evidence. I'm asking you, since you've been on this journey, please share with me the evidence that got you there. We do kid around sometimes, but let me assure you, I'm not making fun of you here. I'm not mocking you. I don't do mocking on my channel. I want you to think about it this way. The only way you can construe this as me making fun of you is if you don't think you have any evidence to share. All I'm doing here is I'm asking for the evidence. Let me take a moment to explain what I'm asking for, and then you can come on back and comment and help me find the evidence I'm looking for. As the Ghostbusters say, I'm ready to believe you. Several flat earthers and globe skeptics have dropped by the channel to remind me to use critical thinking and be intellectually honest with myself. What does that mean? To me, that means I'm not going to accept a claim. You could bring a claim and just say it. I'm not going to accept it unless you can back it up. Same way you don't accept mainstream media's presentation without some kind of evidence, right? Let's do the same thing. So that's what I want. Key to critical thinking is we don't just go with our gut feelings. This isn't intuition. This isn't just make your best guess. This is go and find the evidence, weigh the evidence, and whichever evidence is strongest, disregard your intuition and go with the evidence. That is what critical thinking means. Logic. We are going to use logic, and that means you have to build step by step by step. If this can be proved to be true, then you can build on it. And you can say, now, based on that being true, this must be true. If that can be proven, then if this is true, and then therefore this is true. If anything along here is not proven, then the whole thing collapses down. And the worst one, the one we really want to be careful to avoid, is skipping steps, where we go, if this is true, then I think maybe, boom, we skip a whole bunch of steps up to my conclusions. But you have to bridge that gap. You have to make the connection step by step. Test it, test it, test it. Critical thinking is about saying, yeah, but is it really true? How do we know? We know by making sure we can test it. And last but not least, look for alternatives. For every explanation we've got, there's always somebody who's got some alternative explanation. That's why we're here. So we have to evaluate all of the alternatives and be objective. Apply the same rules to both. Rules? What rules? These are the rules that I'm going to apply for any evidence that you submit. Number one, no personal attacks, no racism, no anti-elitism. Simply saying NASA are a bunch of liars doesn't prove the shape of the Earth. Okay, so don't bother with that. Don't submit it. I'm just going to ignore it. No Gish Gallop. 200 lies does not add up to one truth, right? I only want one truth. All it's going to take is one solid test, one solid piece of evidence that can confirm that this is the case, and we're on board. So give me one piece of evidence, not 200, not 3, one. And because it is one, go through your list and choose your very, very best. Choose the best piece of evidence that's going to convince me, present it, and then we'll see how it goes. If that one doesn't work out, then we'll move on to number 2. Start with 1. I want positive evidence, not just why the globe is wrong. okay? I don't want to just see proof that satellites are fake, okay? That's not going to prove the Earth is flat. Watch out for the radius is wrong. The radius is too big does not prove flat. That just proves the wrong radius, okay? So see if we can come up with something that actually says, hey, the Earth is flat, or even it could be flat. Give me something, a reason to suspect that the Earth could be flat. Okay, that's all I need. But I want a reason to think that, not just a reason to disregard somebody else. Okay? All right. And finally, time codes. I expect time codes. If you're going to give me a video, this is a video format, so please do give me a video. If you're not up to making videos, just type it out or point me to a website, whatever. But remember the Gish Gallop rule. If you're giving me a video, I want that video to be either about one piece of evidence or give me the time code in that video where your one piece of evidence can be found. Okay, I don't want to watch a 2-hour video with 200 proofs in it, skimming through, looking to find the piece of evidence you told me to look for in there. You go and you find me the piece of evidence, present it, and then I can follow, right? People being what they are, not following instructions, someone's going to present me with a big old video and no instructions. And what I'm going to do then, if you do that, I will simply watch the first 5 minutes. And if in that first 5 minutes I can find a piece of evidence, I will go with the first piece of evidence I find in the video. If there's no evidence within 5 minutes, then I'm throwing that one away. That one just broke the rules, okay? If it takes more than 5 minutes to present your evidence, that's fine, as long as you've gotten to it within 5 minutes. That's okay. When I get your evidence, what I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate it using this criteria. First, is that evidence even true? And how can it be verified? I'm not just going to take your word for it. I wouldn't expect you to take my word for it. We got to be able to verify whatever is being presented is actually true, or at least seems true. Okay. Next, we'll check that logic stack. Is the logic from A to B, have you made the connection that this evidence supports the claims that I'm making? We'll check that. And next, we do need to look for alternative explanations. So we will spend some effort to find alternative explanations and then compare the alternatives versus what's being presented, just to ask which one seems most plausible. And then we'll follow up. We'll come back and we will follow up and we will try to test. How can we test to see whether the original claim, perhaps can we invalidate the original claim, or the alternatives, whatever alternatives we have, can we invalidate those alternatives and leave us with what is the fact? Instructions, how to do it. What I'm looking for is just head down into the comments and leave me a comment. Leave me a comment saying, I have your evidence right here, and include a brief description of the evidence. Whatever the evidence is, describe it for me so that I get the gist at least. And then if it's a video or a website, include the link. YouTube tends to eat comments with links, so that's trouble. The best trick is to first comment with the description and then reply to your own comment with a link to the video or the website. I will get a notification, even if YouTube eats it, I'll get a notification so I can see the link, and then I can come along and reply with, hey, here's the link that YouTube wouldn't show. Here it is for everybody else. And we can do that. Okay, please follow the rules. Show me your very best single piece of evidence. I want to see that. That's all it's going to take. It's just going to take one piece of evidence to turn me over. I'm ready to go. I want one piece of solid evidence. Show me your evidence. What am I going to do when I get your evidence? Well, I'm going to investigate it. As I said, according to the previous slide, I will also have a pinned comment where I collect a list of all the submitted evidence so we can see as that list grows and grows as everyone comes in to provide the evidence to be evaluated. As I evaluate the evidence and we make discoveries, I'll make an update video from time to time, and we can watch my progress as I become a flat earther. So get out there and get me the evidence, convince me, bring me over to your side. I'm ready to believe you.